you're going to be super glad that you didn't give up. Something beautiful is coming. Got the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck as well. It's this energy of the more that you're accessing your divine light within, the more you are actually aligning with the beautiful frequencies of your heart space and the courage of your heart. The less that you are operating from timelines of fear and pain and division, the more you're understanding that your light is here to help so much beyond what you've been taught. So the things you've been through, you've always known it's been for a reason. It's not been for nothing. Everything that you have been through, it's so that you can serve, I've heard, this planet with your light. Okay, so really specific and important message. There are worlds within this world is what I say. Yeah. The Knight of Pentacles and Moon. You haven't seen this for a while. It's been a while because you've been investing in your personal journey. Whether you realize it or not, it's kind of like you've been understanding what truly matters to you, your values. It's kind of like a lot of what was hidden has been exposed as well for you, okay? The Star, yeah, you've been doing 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck as well. You've been doing a lot of healing, a lot of kind of something to do with family could be important as well here. Healing maybe generationally, or even just maybe your understanding of what it means to have a family, what you want. The Hermit, the Sun at the bottom of the deck, that's major Leo and Virgo energies as well, actually. So depending on what time sphere we're in, summertime as well. So yeah, definitely investing in your personal journey is really paying. It's kind of like you're going to be seeing, like reaping the seeds of it, you know, the fruits are coming through. Yeah, the Hanged Man. You've been on pause for a while. You've been investing. It's a sacred pause that you've been going through. You've really been understanding what's beneath the surface here. Truly. And this is why it's so important that you haven't given up throughout all of this, no matter how long it's taken. Instead, you've been Page of Swords and the Sun did come out. And the Sun's come out with the Moon as well. So that's really beautiful. Got the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck as well. I've heard that you have it's almost like a guiding light. You have inspiration that is motivating you to move forwards. And again, it's that connection to your heart space. It's really beautiful. You're seeing things so much differently than what they were. And with that, the Moon, what was beneath the surface, and now the Sun, it's all coming out. You know, it's happening in a way where you're really, I feel like there's this positivity to it. There's this big yes, you know, from the universe to say, yes, this is your path. There's no more, the conflict within you is being lessened, okay? You're understanding things better. You're understanding the noise. Yeah, that the Ten of Swords, that came out with the Hermit. So you're understanding everything that you've been through instead of kind of blaming or shaming or feeling like the victim or anything like that. You're actually really, I think that you've been very objective in everything that you've been through, right? So you can really learn from this and move forwards. I think that your goal is, what I've heard, is very different to what it used to be. Again, the 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I think it's emotional fulfillment. 3 of Wands, you're ready to move forwards. There's this, it's like you've gone from the Hanged Man, pause for such a long time, understanding things so differently. And finally, it's time to move forward. Especially with these specific Sun and Moon cards, I'm seeing that this is someone who's really choosing to invest their energy way more streamlined. They're focusing, they're zoned in on something, and it's no longer all these external pulls. I think, you know, external kind of, you know, what was feeding their subconscious drivers that were really unhealed. They were conflicting with their truth, to be honest. They're finally understanding their truth, like their purpose, their truth, their heart's courage, remember, their heart's truth. They're really understanding this. Before, it was just such I'm hearing like internally it was just like tug of war, you know, and they had reason to believe it was left and right and everything, but all along they were just out of alignment going in those directions. And also I think they had influences around them as well, and now it's kind of like they're so focused and zoned in on this beautiful, like what they truly, oh my god, the Empress, what they truly desire. No one's taking their eyes off this Empress, that's for sure. I mean, I'm hearing locked in. Someone wants to be the devil. There's been something here. Yeah, 5 of Cups. There's, okay. There was something here that was a major block to moving towards or investing in this Empress energy. Okay, and this is where there's clarity being gained, and this is where there's kind of forward momentum, but also this like, I'm hearing like epiphany, like something really powerful has happened. Someone's finally had some kind of revelation, truly, about this. Eight of Pentacles in the wheel. Talk about putting in the work, investing. Someone's really maybe they are, learning their subconscious mind more in a way, where they're having to put that investment into it, so they can truly work on whatever this sunshine is, or this sun energy, this beautiful kind of, it's grounded, but at the same time it's also really kind of in the divine alignment, so it's being understood differently. 10 of Wands, 3 of Cups. Yeah. So someone's really, I think they're just really understanding. They're no longer wanting to, I think for a long time they were just, someone's like they were allowing themselves to be here in this space where they were just stuck in this like heavy energy, this 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords here. I mean, and like I mentioned the external pulls before as well, they're understanding what it means to water their grass, but they're also recognizing what their grass truly is versus what it was not. The Chariot. I think they're moving on. They might actually physically be moving as well. They're certainly moving on, right? So they're clearing the heaviness of their internal chaos, truly, which was just being upheld by all the people and even places around them. Something that's really important. Maybe they had certain people in certain places. King of Pentacles here, and then the 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Someone's definitely giving a lot of earthy energies here, very grounded. God, that's a dependable energy. Someone's really coming into their own, feminine or masculine. Someone's really about to kind of, I'm hearing like some kind of abundance, windfall. That's what it is. High Priestess. Yeah, someone's acquiring some kind of knowledge and they're keeping it. They're learning how to trust and connect with their intuition as well. But whatever they're learning, they're keeping it on the down low, So it's not really shouting about it. It's a very personal journey. Oh my God, no way. You just have the High Priestess and the Hierophant come out together. That's like, I love that combination. To me, that's it's a really higher level pair. It's like a divine pair. The Strength at the bottom of the deck as well. So Leo season energy, which was coming through before as well, with the courage of the heart. Yeah, high level. Someone's reaching high levels of self. I think that somebody has been actually going to somebody, or they've been learning that some kind of teachings, high level, profound spiritual teachings that are really teaching them to how to clear through what they've been through, even the remorse that they've held, if there's been any kind of shame or anything that they've really had to learn how to forgive themselves for. Maybe they've had to ask for forgiveness as well or something about that. Yeah, but there's definitely, with this High Priestess as well, there's truly an energy of wanting to kind of embody whatever it is, the journey they've been going on, right? And they're doing it in such a way that it's not going to be taken away from them. Oh my God, the 2 of Wands and the Lovers. Yeah, this isn't about anyone else anymore. When I say everyone, external influences are no longer in the mix. I mean, this is what they're really making sure of. They don't want anything or anyone to get in the way of where they're going. And this is why it's going to be worth it. Because there have been so many times that they've wanted to give up. So many times that external influences have tried to come through to kind of make them give up. That's what happens. The light, the stronger the light becomes, the stronger the forces that want to push back on that. Unfortunately, in certain worlds, that's the way it is, right? But that's exactly what you're working away from. That's exactly what you're creating a whole new world for, right? The 6 of Swords. When I say someone's ready to move forward, I'm not even joking. Like, they are so ready, And again, travel could be really important. Maybe someone's traveling right now. Ace of Cups and the 9 of Cups. When I say wishes are going to be fulfilled, I mean it. And I don't think that this is something that you're expecting. Someone is really being inspired to be the best version of themselves right now. Truly. I feel like maybe they want to have some kind of, I don't know if it's a conversation that they might need to take place. I think that's actually quite, yeah, there's something about that's really important actually. and that's going to allow someone to really move forward. But there's this hesitation on how that forward movement is going to be, you know, just because what they're moving away from, it's been really heavy, truly. You and your loved ones are safe. A new romantic cycle begins. So yeah, I think someone's really understanding who is in their inner circle, if that's what you want to call it. You know, who are their trusted people, you know, step out of your comfort zone. Oh my God, North Node could be important. Someone's definitely wanting to do things differently. I think that there've been a lot of energies around them that have let them stay in their comfort zone, have allowed them to be the person and version of themselves that is just not leveled up, you know. And when I say that, I mean, maybe to other people they've seen like, you know, they've been someone who is in that energy, but this is someone who has such a higher level of potential. I don't even think they've realised until now. Things are changing, I'm telling you. Someone's been inspired here. Prosperity lies ahead. I was saying this. There's something about a windfall as well. It's time to take action. There's definitely something going on here. When it comes to, you know, like stability, finances as well. After a really hard time, you know, someone's had struggles. Maybe people have been trying to get involved or something. A person that you should reach a resolution. Yeah, it's coming to a resolution. Don't let your past hold you back. And they're going to need to make sure that whatever they're moving on to now isn't held back by whatever they're coming out of, right? So as this heavier cycles are closing out, you know, that doesn't mean that you're suddenly all perfectly healed. Absolutely not, right? Your dreams need a practical plan, exactly. So, a lot of Taurus energy here. Dreams need a practical plan. So it's kind of like being a bit realistic about actually how to bring this into kind of physical fruition, if that makes sense. There's definitely something higher level at play here, you know. Truly, I did want to come out. Don't let your past hold you back. Lots of heart chakra openings here that have been taking place. A fiery climax could be approaching soon as well, okay? So, yeah, it's about releasing the past. Whatever's happening moving forward, someone's going to be learning how to just release, forgive the past, okay? The answers you need are coming. And I feel like that's something to do with that conversation that was coming through. From the heart space, you know, big Leo energy is to do with the heart, you know. Even when you see everything around you that is making you feel heartbroken, you know, I mean, the darkness in the world, whatever it is, it's your opportunity to really tap into your heart space and say, actually, what is the love and light that lives inside me? How can I spread that? How can I operate from that? That's going to make all the difference, because that's going to really help you to enlighten your path and those around you to take time to breathe out, take a moment. Someone needs that. And again, a new romantic cycle begins. Yeah, there's something about the courage of the heart. It's really important to move forward with now, okay? Your commitment is being tested. Surrender to the divine is at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, wow. That's it. The past cycles that they're literally on the verge of closing out, they're going to be coming through to test them. Maybe it's to do with the retrograde season, if that's when you're watching this, you know, but this is your chance. This is your chance to close it out and say, no, I see my new path. Not only do I see it, I smell it, I feel it, I touch it. I'm going to move in that direction, right? In the way that you have learnt to do things differently. Not the way that you used to. You know, it's not about investing your energy in the unnecessary space anymore. Heart-to-heart conversation at the bottom of the deck. Oh, wow. Something about truth is so important. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at play here. It has been. God, that hanged man was real. I got the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, there's a lot of slow movement here. But it's also something about being grounded. Oh my God, true love. Someone's in a divine connection here. Whoever this is, it's a divine connection. And it's been worth waiting for, because you've had to become this version of yourself, ready to be the person you need to be in that divine self kind of energy. Reconciliation at the bottom of the deck. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. The way I saw that before I saw this. So that's confirmation, separation here. So there was a separation, but it's a reconciliation. That's why this is worth waiting for. This is a divine connection. This is really beautiful. Someone's really been doing the inner work. And again, that's another reason why it's so important that they haven't given up, because all along, I think they've known this deep inside their heart space. They've known this is their reason. They've doubted it. They've been pulled away from it. they've really and truly questioned their sanity at times, you know, let alone their heart space, but it was all going to be worth it very soon. Clearly decide on how you're moving forwards, what you want, as clearly as possible, because you can't control, let go of control issues. You can't control everything. So it's kind of like just honoring your alignment at the same time. Yeah. Because it's a misalignment that has been cleared up. Someone's really understanding this. They're understanding the part they played in this. They're ready to move forward. Yeah. Kind of like they're doing both. They're transitioning, you know, truly. I just feel like this warmth, like they really want to move forward, but they also know that they're going to need to take it slow, you know. Their hearts, though, their heart is telling them what they want, truly. Trust. This situation is asking you to hold faith. New love cycle is coming through. Oh, God, the trust here has been, when I say it's been tested and tested, it's no wonder that that card came through. Again, they're going to be tested. How much faith do they have? Right? Give your relationship a chance, working on your partnership, retreat, disconnect from the world, everything that is pulling you away from your heart's truth. Yeah, everything that is making you believe that, you know, you need to be in 3D constructs that I mentioned that are often operated within fear and pain and division. That's what this is, someone who's been moving away from that. The more they're accessing their truth of their heart, which might sound crazy to so many people who are still in that conditioned space, and that's what they're moving away from, right? But they're understanding this better. It's not easy. This is huge. This is really, really a big change, right? So understandably, this is going to be I think that they've had a lot of information coming through quickly to them, a lot of information, and that's why it's been taking a while for them to truly gather, because it's kind of been like a complete shake-up of their reality as they've known it. Yeah, I do think that something about this season, the next 2 seasons, right, are going to be super important for somebody, especially when it comes through the truth surfacing. I do think there's going to be something about learning how to communicate with themselves, honestly, especially when they're triggered, right? Because that's going to really help them to move forwards in working on this connection or whatever it is that's really speaking to their heart space now, okay? Because I feel like this is an alignment, not just to do with love, even though that seems to be a big thing here. Someone certainly seems to be on the divine journey, but also their purpose. It's a huge awakening. Someone seems to be finally coming into a position where they can actually bring this into their physical reality, wherever it is that is their truth, their heart alignment, right? Before they haven't, even though they've known this deep within, this is their truth, there's been something in their environment that has just been so out of center, just not the right space to create this, okay? That's what's changing, you know? So it's kind of like, yeah, there's currently a separation, but it's because the right grounds is being created here within everyone involved, worth waiting for, right? Someone's truly learning how to disconnect so that they can truly, and it's just like very soon, it feels like very soon there's going to be an opportunity to work on this together, okay? Love's embrace, beautiful. The lady who waits, okay? So again, worth waiting for, but also it's kind of like, it's not really waiting, it's more during that pause, you're understanding what you're worthy of, what you're deserving of, and what you actually want, you know, not just what you were conditioned to believe or what your trauma was telling you that is going to make you feel better and validated and, you know, worthy. No, this is like divine alignment, truly. This is divine at play. You're understanding your divine self. You're seeing yourself through the eyes of divine. The game of love. Ready to invest in the game of love. Love secret. God, that word is just coming through so much. Love, love, love. Truly. So clearly that's the inspiration that somebody's having that was coming through before. I think that they're seeing this beautiful, the energy of the Empress here that's really bringing out so much, just so much clarity. It's like the third eye, but certainly the heart space are just like seeing things so differently, you know. But this is why it's taking someone a while, because think about it, they've been invested in their 3D. The 3D is not the same as what's happening in different worlds. Just as I say that human timing is very different to divine timing, so is a vision. Human vision and divine vision, very different. You're on the right path. Confirmation, worth waiting for. So I was saying at the very beginning, you're going to be so grateful you didn't give up. You just become yourself even more and more. And this is exactly what you need to be doing on the right path, okay? It's just, I'm seeing the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and it's just so beautiful. Use your imagination and you'll see the answer. So this is how someone's moving. It's kind of like they're navigating their environment currently, okay? Be gentle with yourself. Nurturing yourself is important. Positive thoughts create positive results, okay? Being gentle with yourself, understanding that you are deserving and worthy of this compassion. I think someone for a long time didn't understand that they were worthy of this love, you know? I'm not just talking about this divine connection, but generally divine love. They didn't even understand what divine love was. They felt it deep within them, you know. So on that divine journey, it's always existed within them. Don't forget, whoever is on the divine journey, whoever you are, you've always been on it since the moment you were born. Okay, yeah, okay, it takes another person to come and activate you, which is what a miracle, what a gift. Even though it doesn't feel like it at the time, feels like, whoa, wreckage or whatever. But it's exactly what you needed for every falsity to be stripped away from you, because you were just holding on so tightly to it, right? To such a degree that you're out. It's like spanning beyond anything you'd ever know. You're outgrowing even yourself in any way that you ever knew could even be possible. Yeah. So this is why it takes a while. This is not just something that gets done like this, okay? So you are on the right path. It's time to get creative. There's something about creativity that could be really important here, you know, you're channeling your energy in new ways, not just the known way, not just blocking it off, cutting off from it. No, it's about learning how to channel it in a new way, in a way that's healthy for you, way more aligned, way more heart-centered as well. Don't be afraid of your heart. Your heart is your absolute magic here, truly. You're literally born with it. Divine has come almost like embedded within you, the magical codes of true divine love. That's what you're here for, to speak that truth, to act it out, to embody it, okay? Really powerful, beautiful message, okay? Remember to stay true to that connection with divine, because whatever this is, it's going to ask you to really step out of what you've known. You can see this, that's why it's taking you a while, but you're doing beautifully. You're on the right path, okay? Surrender, release, breathe, okay? Trust your heart space, trust this unfold, including the connection. Someone truly is in the middle of making such better changes, healthier choices in their life. When I say healthy, I mean in a space where their soul is feeling nourished, where their heart is feeling so joyous and fulfilled, because they're finally understanding what it truly means to be in alignment with what they desire, not just like their ego pulling them left, right and center, which always just that often ended up making somebody feeling guilty or shame-filled. They're the feelings they're really releasing, letting go of, which is why they're required to be gentle with themselves, you know. The reason they kept cycling through that is because of the wounds that they've finally been addressing, that we mentioned. They're really working on this. And just because if this is someone you're connected to, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening, okay? You hold faith in yourself. You hold faith in you staying in your alignment, aligning with your light, your truth, your purpose, okay? Truly, there's something big about both of you, if there's two of you here, whoever you are, being embodied in love. It's so big, especially in this world, it needs you. Truly, your light, okay? Let me know if this message was for you. Sending love.